Imagine a country sending its army and losing to birds. Imagine two nations bombing each other after a football match. Imagine a small island nation defeating a global power with fishing boats. And imagine soldiers invading foreign lands to protect bananas. These are not jokes. These are real wars from modern history. Today we will explore the 4 weirdest wars after 1900 and the stories behind them. In 1932, Australia faced a serious problem. After World War I, thousands of soldiers were given land in Western Australia to become farmers. But the land was difficult. Crops struggled, money was tight, and the farmers were desperate. Then came the emus, giant flightless birds, up to 2 meters tall. Around 20,000 emus migrated into farming areas. They trampled crops, broke fences, and destroyed livelihoods. The farmers begged the government for help. The government made an unusual decision. They sent soldiers equipped with Lewis machine guns. The plan seemed simple: kill the emus, but the birds were faster and smarter than expected. They moved in groups, split up, and even seemed to dodge bullets. Soldiers fired thousands of rounds. Only a few hundred emus were killed. The army tried several operations. Sometimes the emus ran straight through the soldiers. Other times the guns jammed at the worst moment. After weeks of failure, the operation was stopped. The farmers were still in trouble, and history recorded something incredible. A country lost a war to birds. The Emu War is now a legend, but it shows how humans sometimes underestimate nature, and how small conflicts can become full-scale operations. In 1969, Central America was tense. El Salvador was crowded. Many Salvadorans had moved to Honduras to find work. Honduras was angry. It passed laws forcing many Salvadorans to leave. Then came football. The two nations met in World Cup qualifying matches. The first game was tense. Fans shouted. Fights broke out. Media reports made things worse. Each match increased anger and nationalism. Finally, after the last match, El Salvador declared war on Honduras. Planes bombed cities. Soldiers crossed borders. Civilians were trapped in the middle. Streets burned. Homes were destroyed. The war lasted just 4 days, but it was devastating. Around 3,000 people died. More than 300,000 became refugees. Football was not the main cause. It was only the spark. But it shows how small events can trigger massive conflicts when tensions are already high. Today, the football war reminds us that sports can unite people, but they can also divide them if history and politics are ignored. Iceland is a small country. Fishing is its lifeline. If fishing failed, the entire country would face economic collapse. To protect its waters, Iceland expanded its fishing zones from 4 to 12 nautical miles, then to 50, and later to 200. Britain ignored these new zones and continued sending ships to fish. Britain sent Navy frigates to protect their fishing boats. Iceland had no weapons to fight a global navy, so it used clever tactics. Icelandic patrol boats cut the nets of British ships. Sometimes boats rammed each other. Crew members shouted, tried to defend their nets, and risked their lives. Warships were forced to follow the small fishing boats. The conflict lasted almost 20 years, divided into several Cod Wars. Surprisingly, no one was killed, but there were serious injuries and massive economic losses. The British eventually gave up. Iceland won, a tiny nation defeating a world power without firing a bullet. The Cod Wars show that strategy, intelligence, and persistence can beat size and strength. The Banana Wars were long, slow, and devastating. They were called Banana Wars because they were fought over fruit, but the consequences were far more serious. American companies owned huge banana farms across Honduras, Nicaragua, Haiti, and other nations. These companies influenced governments. When leaders tried to take control, the United States intervened. U.S. soldiers landed in foreign countries. Governments were overthrown. Dictators were installed. Resistance was crushed. The goal was simple: protect profits and control trade. The wars lasted decades. Millions of lives were affected. Entire countries were reshaped politically and economically. The term banana republic comes from these interventions. Nations controlled by foreign companies and foreign soldiers. The banana wars remind us how economics and greed can start conflicts. Sometimes wars are not about borders or religion, but money and influence. These wars are strange, but they are real. Wars over birds, football, fish, and fruit. Some sound funny at first, but they cause suffering, death, and lasting consequences. History teaches us that wars don't always start for big reasons. Pride, fear, greed, and mistakes can turn small events into massive conflicts. If you want to discover more forgotten and strange wars from modern history, subscribe, because reality is always stranger than fiction.